Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Ramzan and today I am bringing you the incredible story of William James, the father of modern psychology, where we summarize his entire life, his groundbreaking ideas on philosophy, psychology and religion and the timeless lessons that still change lives today. I hope you find it inspiring and meaningful. Stay with me till the end. Muhammad Ramzan.
William James, the father of modern psychology, lived a life that changed how we think about the mind, belief, and meaning. From a curious child to a Harvard professor, from battling illness to writing books that inspire millions, his journey is one of courage, curiosity, and compassion. Tonight, in part 34, chapter 7 begins. You'll discover the full story of his life from birth to legacy, why his philosophy of pragmatism and psychology still shape education, therapy, and religion, and the timeless lessons that can change your life today. This is the beginning of the final chapter. Stay until the end. His story will inspire you to live with purpose. Summarizing the life and work of William James, this chapter begins the final chapter of this biography, reflecting on the entirety of William James's life and the breadth of his influence. By this point, readers have explored his early life, education, career, writings, philosophy, psychology, religious studies, and enduring legacy. Chapter 7 aims to synthesize these elements and consider why James remains a central figure in intellectual history. William James was born in 1842 into a family rich with artistic and intellectual influence. His father, Henry James Sr., was a philosopher and theologian, and his brother, Henry James, became a famous novelist. From childhood, William showed curiosity, imagination, and an intense interest in understanding the world. These traits guided his lifelong exploration of the mind, consciousness, and human experience. His early education, both formal and informal, gave him the tools to investigate a wide range of subjects, from medicine to philosophy, psychology, and religion. James's academic journey led him to Europe, where he studied medicine and interacted with leading thinkers of the time. He returned to the United States with a deep sense of purpose, to understand human experience and share that understanding with others. His appointment at Harvard University marked the beginning of a career that would leave a lasting imprint on multiple disciplines. Over decades of teaching, research, and writing, James shaped how psychology, philosophy, and the study of religion developed in America and beyond. One of the most important themes of James's work is his focus on experience as the foundation of knowledge. He emphasized that ideas, beliefs, and theories are meaningful only when tested in life. This principle underlies his philosophy of pragmatism, which continues to influence philosophers, educators, and social thinkers today. Pragmatism teaches that truth is not fixed or abstract. It is discovered through action and reflection. This practical approach makes James's philosophy relevant, not only to scholars but also to anyone seeking guidance in daily life. James's contributions to psychology are equally remarkable. The Principles of Psychology, published in 1890, explored consciousness, attention, habit, emotion, and the will. By combining careful observation with philosophical reflection, James created a model of psychology that addressed both measurable and subjective aspects of the mind. His ideas on habit, attention, and the stream of consciousness remain foundational, influencing modern research and therapeutic practices. In religious studies, James took a novel and respectful approach. The varieties of religious experience documented individual spiritual experiences across cultures and traditions. He treated these experiences seriously, analyzing them with both curiosity and empathy. His work highlighted the personal significance of faith, tolerance for diverse beliefs, and the psychological dimensions of religious experience. Today, his writings continue to guide scholars, clergy, and seekers in understanding the role of belief in human life. James's philosophical contributions are deeply intertwined with his work in psychology and religion. He challenged rigid systems, promoted pluralism, and emphasized practical consequences. His philosophy encourages flexibility, critical thinking, and engagement with real-world challenges. These principles resonate across disciplines, influencing modern philosophy, social thought, education, and ethics. An essential part of James's legacy is his human-centered approach. He valued empathy, curiosity, humility, and resilience. His teaching inspired countless students, many of whom became leaders in philosophy, psychology, and education. His personal letters and interactions reveal a man who cared deeply about the development of others, both intellectually and morally. His example demonstrates that the life of the mind is inseparable from ethical and compassionate living. Page 18 also highlights James's lessons in practical wisdom and resilience. He faced personal challenges, including depression and illness, yet remained dedicated to teaching, writing, and exploring difficult questions. He exemplified courage in the face of adversity and showed that intellectual engagement can be sustained, even during personal hardship. His life provides a model for pursuing meaningful work while navigating the challenges of human existence. Another enduring aspect of James's influence is his interdisciplinary vision. He integrated philosophy, psychology, education, and religious studies in ways that anticipated modern interdisciplinary research. By demonstrating that complex problems require multiple perspectives, James encouraged collaboration and holistic thinking. This approach remains valuable in contemporary scholarship, where questions about the mind, society, and human experience often span multiple disciplines. Finally, James's life and work demonstrate the importance of balancing thought and action. He emphasized that reflection, analysis, and study are important, but they must be connected to ethical, practical, and meaningful action. Ideas alone are not sufficient. They must guide behavior and enrich life. This principle lies at the heart of his pragmatism and informs his writings on psychology, education, and religion. In conclusion, this chapter shows that William James's life and work are remarkable for both their intellectual depth and human warmth. He combined rigorous analysis with empathy, philosophical insight with practical wisdom, and scientific observation with spiritual reflection. His contributions to philosophy, psychology, education, and religious studies continue to shape modern thought. Beyond his achievements, his example as a curious, compassionate, and courageous individual inspires readers to explore, think critically, act responsibly, and live fully. William James's long-term influence and lessons for modern life. This chapter continues by exploring the long-term influence of William James and the lessons that readers, scholars, and students can draw from his life and work. More than a century after his death, his ideas remain relevant across multiple fields, and his approach to human experience offers practical guidance for living thoughtfully. One of the clearest examples of James's enduring impact is in education. His emphasis on active learning, attention, habit formation, and personal engagement continues to shape modern teaching methods. Teachers today follow James's guidance by encouraging students to think critically, reflect on experience, and connect theoretical knowledge with practical application. His work reminds educators that learning is not only about memorizing facts, but also about cultivating curiosity, self-awareness, and ethical understanding. In psychology, James's ideas continue to inspire research on consciousness, emotion, attention, and belief. Modern cognitive science, neuroscience, and therapeutic practices often build upon the foundation he established. His insight that human experience cannot be fully understood through measurements alone encourages psychologists to explore both objective and subjective dimensions of life. Therapists, educators, and researchers continue to find value in his human-centered approach, which respects both empirical evidence and the lived experiences of individuals. James's influence on philosophy is equally profound. Pragmatism, his central philosophical contribution, continues to shape debates about truth, belief, and the meaning of ideas. His insistence that ideas must be tested through practical consequences inspires contemporary philosophers, social scientists, and ethicists by promoting pluralism, critical inquiry, and a focus on real-life effects. James's philosophy remains a guide for thinking responsibly and creatively in a complex world. In religious studies, James's respectful analysis of faith and spiritual experience continues to guide scholars, clergy, and seekers by documenting the diversity of religious experiences and exploring their psychological and personal significance. He encouraged empathy, tolerance, and thoughtful reflection. His work helps readers understand that belief is not merely doctrinal but deeply connected to individual meaning, emotional life, and ethical behavior. This chapter also emphasizes James's personal qualities as a key part of his enduring influence. His curiosity, humility, compassion, and resilience made him a model of how intellectual achievement can coexist with human warmth. Students, colleagues, and readers admired his ability to listen, encourage, and support the development of others. These qualities ensured that his influence was not only through his writings, but also through the lives he touched directly. James's approach to resilience and courage offers lessons for modern life. He faced illness, depression, and personal challenges, but continued to engage deeply with intellectual and social life. His perseverance illustrates that difficulties do not prevent meaningful achievement. Instead, they can foster creativity, insight, and personal growth. Readers today can draw inspiration from his example, learning that courage is the ability to continue exploring, questioning, and acting thoughtfully, even in the face of adversity. Another lesson from James is the integration of knowledge and action. He believed that reflection, theory, and study are valuable only when connected to ethical and practical living. Ideas must guide action, and action must test ideas. This principle is a reminder for scholars, professionals, and individuals that understanding is most powerful when applied to real-world challenges, whether in education, psychology, social reform, or personal decision-making. James's interdisciplinary vision remains highly relevant. By blending philosophy, psychology, education, and religious studies, he anticipated the modern approach of studying complex human problems from multiple perspectives. This integrative thinking encourages collaboration, innovation, and holistic understanding. Today's scholars often cite James as an early model of interdisciplinary research and teaching, demonstrating the continued value of his vision for knowledge. This chapter also highlights James's practical wisdom for everyday life. His writings encourage self-reflection, careful decision-making, ethical responsibility, and thoughtful engagement with others. He teaches that the pursuit of knowledge is not only an academic exercise, but also a guide for living well. His advice on attention, habit, belief, and action remains relevant to anyone seeking to navigate life with clarity, integrity, and purpose. Finally, James's life reminds readers of the importance of human empathy and understanding. He respected individual experiences, encouraged open-mindedness, and valued diverse perspectives. By combining intellectual rigor with compassion, he set an example for how to live thoughtfully and ethically. This chapter emphasizes that this human-centered approach is as important as his philosophical and scientific contributions. offering guidance for personal growth, social responsibility, and ethical leadership. In conclusion, William James's long-term influence spans education, psychology, philosophy, religion, and everyday life. His intellectual contributions, combined with his human qualities, provide lessons that remain meaningful today. His approach encourages critical thinking, practical engagement, resilience, and empathy. This chapter reinforces that the legacy of William James is not only in what he studied or wrote, but in the way he lived, a model of thoughtful, courageous, and compassionate inquiry. William James's life was a masterpiece of thought and courage, but his most shocking ideas were still hidden. In part 35, you'll discover the unpublished secrets that shocked scholars, the idea that predicted modern therapy, and the final revelation that made Einstein call him America's greatest mind. Part 35, tomorrow 8 p.m. sharp. Subscribe plus bell on. The legend continues.
Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you found it inspiring or helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more parts of this series, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support means a lot. See you in the next part. Take care.